let's look at how to multiply two decimal numbers. Let's say that we have number 1.22 and we would like to multiply it by 38.4. Well, when we're multiplying decimals, we put the largest number usually on the top, and we would put the smaller number on the bottom. And then we would multiply. With multiplication, addition and subtraction, we always start on the right hand side. So multiplying decimals, we will all start on the right hand side. Extremely important here is to take one number at a time from the bottom here, ignoring totally the decimal points. So where would we start? Yeah, well, we need to multiply 2 by all of the different numbers up here in order. So 2 times 4 is 8. Then we multiply 2 by 8. That gives us 16. And we will have a carryover number here that once we've done the multiplication, and I usually put up a little dotted line up here, once we've multiplied 2 by 3, we then have to do a little addition of the one that was left over from the 8 times 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus the one that's up here gives us 7. We've now multiplied 2 by everything up on the top line, so the 2 is now finished. Before we can move over to the next 2, we usually put in what I call the magic 0. We are moving one step to the left, so we need to make sure that we do that in our answer as well, because we're not multiplying 0.02 anymore, we're multiplying a number that's a factor 10 larger, so that's where the 0 comes down here. So we then do the same multiplication again, and of course we're going to get 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16 again, and we're going to get the 1 carrying up from here, so this one stays the same. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. But notice it's all shifted one place to the left, which is where it should be. Now we've multiplied this through, 2 through, so now we have to multiply our next number. Now we have moved 2 steps to the left, so we need to put in 2 magic zeros. Again, totally ignoring the decimal points, we now multiply 1 by 4, giving us 4, 1 times 8, giving us 8, and 1 times 3, giving us 3. Now we've multiplied the 1 by everything up there, so we are finished with our multiplication step, and we are now ready for the addition step. Still, we totally ignore the decimal points and pretend there aren't any in our particular question, and now we just add up our columns of addition, always again, starting from the right hand side. 8 and 2 zeros will be 8. 8 and 6 will give us 14, carry the 1 over. 7 and 6, 13, plus 1, 14, plus 4, 18. 1 carried over. 8 and 7, 15, plus 1, 16. The 6 down here, the 1 over, 2, the 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Now, are we ready? This is giving us a really, really big answer, 46,848. Doesn't seem like a very reasonable answer. What we have to do is we have to look back at how many numbers were there in the question after the decimal. If we look back at the question, how many numbers were there after the decimal point? And these are extremely important to identify. There was 1 here after the 38.4. There was 2 numbers after the decimal point after the 1. So we add these up. How many numbers were after the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. Therefore, we move our decimal point. It shouldn't be back here after the 8. It should be 3 places backwards. 1, 2, 3. Our decimal point, after we have done the complete multiplication correctly, should be at 46.848. Are we sure that we're correct? Well, we look at the original question and say, is it reasonable that 38 point something times a little bit more than 1 is going to give us a number approximately 46? Yeah, that's a reasonable answer. So we've shown ourselves that we have done multiplication correctly.